Today we're going to learn about accidentals in music. Accidentals are these little symbols that you sometimes see in front of notes, or sometimes you see them at the very beginning of a piece of music in the key signature. But what are accidentals? What exactly do they mean? Today we're going to talk about the three most common accidentals that you'll see in music. The first accidental we're going to talk about is a sharp sign. A sharp sign raises the pitch of a note by a half step. So when you see a sharp sign in front of a note, it means that note is going to sound higher. Remember, sharp means the pitch goes up. Here's another way to think about a sharp sign. Imagine that I give you a tack, a really sharp tack. And let's say that some troublemaker takes that tack and puts it on my chair. Now, when I sit down on that tack, what's going to happen? Well, first of all, it's going to hurt, but also I'm going to jump. I'm going to jump up. And that's a good way to remember that sharp in music means up. Now, please don't actually do this on my chair. It would make me very mad. The second type of accidental we're going to talk about is the flat sign. When you see a flat sign in front of a note, it lowers the pitch by a half step. So remember, a flat sign in front of a note, the pitch goes down just a little bit, a half step down. Another way to think about flat signs, remember our tack? Well, let's say some other troublemaker takes that tack and they sneak out to my car and they start poking holes in my tire. Now what's going to happen to the tire? The tire is going to get flat. And when the tire is flat, what happens to the car? The whole car goes down closer to the ground. Now that's a way to remember that in music, flat means down. Now, please, please, please don't go poking holes in my tire because that would make me very sad. The third type of accidental we're going to talk about is the natural sign. A natural sign cancels out a sharp or a flat sign. Here's an example of how we might use a natural sign in music. So here's a staff. It's a measure of music. You see two quarter notes. They're both Bs. But do you notice the flat sign here in front of the first B? That means that this is going to be a B flat. It also means that this second note is a B flat because the flat lasts for the whole measure. Now, if the composer wants the second B to be a B natural, a regular old B, he or she would have to put a B natural, a natural sign in front of it. So now in our measure of music, we have a B flat quarter note and we have a B natural. That second note is now 100% natural. Well, we've learned some things about accidentals today, how they can change the pitch of a note. There are a couple we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about double sharps. We didn't talk about double flats. You don't see those quite as often in music, but you know, whenever I learn something new about music, it makes me very happy. I'll see you on the next video.